the 20th, and we are going to be drawing, or I am going to be drawing Niki Jabbour, who is, she is a gardener in Halifax, here in Canada. So let me just bring you up so you're live. I thought I was on the right page. All right, now I can see who's with us. So I'm going to get her sketched out quickly and then try and finish this within the hour. You can find her on, I will write her name down here. You can find her on Instagram. I can show you her page as long as she has a lot of videos, so. But she makes gardening easy for everybody. And she has 4 books as well. So her name is Niki Jabbour. So that's who I'm going to be drawing today. I thought I would do a female gardener today, as I've done a lot of male gardeners. I didn't realize. I finished yesterday's. Do I have it here? So this is yesterday's, and this is of Sean Anthony Pritchard. So his was finished very late last night after I completed a class with the visual arts passage. Good morning. Hi, Melissa. Hello, Carolyn. All right, let's get started. I just took a screenshot of her face here, and so this is what I'm working with. And as I said, this is Niki Jabbour, if you're just joining, and she's from Halifax, Canada. C says he's handsome. Thank you, thank you. Has anybody been to Halifax in Nova Scotia? I have not traveled as much as I should have traveled in Canada. Sorry, I was just checking something. So that's something that I still have to do, is travel within Canada. I think I've traveled to more places in the United States than I have Canada, so I should probably travel within Canada. What are you guys up to? And if you're here and you haven't said hello, say hi. Let me know where you're from. So the flower of today, let's go to the flower of today as well. The flower, I have to combine it with yesterday's because I didn't do yesterday's because I did the weekends. So we have, so yesterday's was the mountain laurel, which we had already done, but this is a little bit of a different pink. And then Meryl posted the blossoms. So I'm not sure if that's a cherry blossom. She just says that she loves pink flowers. So those are the flowers of today. Maybe I will take a screenshot so I can just have it on my camera roll right after the other one and that one as well. So this way I can go from here and then to the flowers. That's going to be really helpful. All right, so good morning, Meryl. Melissa says, I've only driven through Halifax, I think on the way to PI, and Halifax always feels like a place I want to live. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. Even though I've never been. Haha. Nanette, good morning. Good morning, BSAs. Good morning, good morning. And C says, I'm wondering if they might be azalea blossoms. Oh, really? Like on the tree? Do you have azalea trees? See? I thought an azalea was, I thought it was a plant more than anything, or bush. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Reb. Hi, how are you? This Nikki has a lot of hair. If you haven't, or you don't know Nikki, I don't really know her, but I would just want to celebrate a Canadian gardener today, because I've been celebrating a lot of English ones, so I think it would be nice to celebrate a Canadian one. But go and look at her page. I think she gives really great tips on gardening, like in gardening for everybody. It's not, she doesn't make it complicated, which is great. That would be something I need. But you really can't go away like when you're gardening or when you have a garden. If not, you almost need like a garden sitter to come and water and make sure that your garden is okay. Oh, C says they have twigs, etc. Oh, maybe. Can you do a screenshot of it and ask Google what it is? You know, the identifier. So in the class that I'm doing for the figure drawing, it's in soft pastels, so I'm trying to get over my soft pastel. I can't really call it a hate because it's not like I don't hate it, but it's definitely not my favorite art medium. Do you guys have an art medium that you don't enjoy using? Tell me what you don't love using. Everybody has their loves, but what are your dislikes with certain materials? That's what I want to know. And do you try and overcome it? All right, she's going to have a very colorful jacket because it's going to be all pinks. Reb says soft pastels for me too. Hi, Natty. Natty says, good morning, Blue Shine Art community. Melissa says, I recently bought a charcoal pencil and it's so icky on the paper, like makes my skin crawl. Yeah. They're just so messy and fugitive, Reb says. C says, oil pastels are a challenge for me, but I continue to try. Well, that's good about the trying. Yeah, I do. I do try and use like pastels. Oil pastels also are like, I mean, I did that 100-day, 10-minute a day challenge with oil pastels a couple of years ago. I don't think I managed to do the 100-day project with that one. But I did do a lot of days, and I definitely did a whole month, and that really helped. And I think even using Neocolors now has helped a lot. So yeah, like I think it's good to use materials that you're not comfortable with or that you don't like, because it gets you out of the box and you're not just being comfortable. Staying comfortable, I don't think, is a great thing. Oh, Melissa says oil pastels are my favorite. And Natty says, I don't like scratchy paper. Yeah, I don't like scratchy paper either, or tools that create scratches on the paper. Nanette says, I'm still experimenting with everything, so I can't say I don't like anything yet. Oh, that's good. Hi, Amy. How are you? And Reb says, I've grown to love oil pastels. Good morning, Susan. We're talking about the art materials that you don't love. Because we have our favorites, and then we have the ones we stay clear of, or we want to get better at because we don't really enjoy using them, which is usually how I am. But I don't naturally steer towards soft pastels, and this figurative course is in soft pastels, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm jumping in. Natty W says, she doesn't like scratchy paper, and pencil barrels or pen barrels need to feel or have a smooth feel, or I can't use them. I think I am a smooth, tactile type of person. You mean the clasp, the clamp that, oh, I don't know if I have any here. You don't like the feel of them? That's interesting. Yeah, I do prefer smooth. Also prefer drawing with like pastels on smooth paper. Melissa, do you have a favorite brand of soft pastels? And Reb as well? Was it Reb who said? Yeah, Reb. Of oil pastels, what's your favorite brand of oil pastel? Good morning, Louise. Morning. I love using oil pastels, but don't like that they don't dry. Soft pastels are too messy. And Melissa says, Reb, I get that, like drawing with the tip of a needle. Oh, Melissa says, I feel that way about cheap mechanical pencils. Oh, yes. Well, when we were with Melissa, she bought softer lead for her mechanical pencil or for her clamp pencil. Was that the one from Muji? So she bought a softer lead so that it would be smoother, a smoother application, which was kind of cool. Is there a favorite mechanical pencil out there? I like the Lamy. I really do like the Lamy, but I guess it really depends on the lead as well. I don't know if I'm sure I've had to change my Lamy lead of the mechanical Lamy. I'm sure I have. I'm getting the face done first today, everybody, because I usually, that's the part that you don't see a lot of times. Like yesterday, I didn't get the face done, so I thought I'll get the face done for you guys today so that you can see how I render that. And then if I have time, hopefully I have time to get all the rest done. All the rest. Just got to get that white away. I know her hair isn't that color. It's actually more of this, like a sienna, but I think this is an English red. Nanette says, I guess I would say hard lead pencils, as in the H graphites and the very thin Prismacolors. You don't like the Prismacolors? I love the Prismacolors. They're soft as well. And Melissa says, oil pastels. I really like Paul Rubens and Light Wish. Oh, I've never tried the Light Wish. I was just gifted a set of 12 Sennelier oil pastels, so I have to play with those yet. But I think after swatching Paul Rubens and Light Wish, might be even softer. Oh, see, Sennelier oil pastels, I like the fact that they're so soft, but they just disappears too quickly. Like, so I prefer a little bit of a cheaper soft pastel that hard pastel. Oh, hang on, some oil pastel that isn't going to disappear on me because they just disappear. But they're good for like just over the top, like little tips of, color. Susan says, I have a box of soft pastels that I've never opened. Guess they will stay that way for a while longer. And Reb says, I got limited brand experience, but I like my Van Goghs. Cool. And Melissa says, I haven't tried the Van Goghs. And Melissa says, yes, the chunky 2mm mechanical pencil from Muji came with HB lead, and I brought 6Bs, so similar replacement. And yeah, so that was a good call. And Natty says, Melissa, you're gonna love Sennelier pastel. They're so soft like butter. I heard you're gonna do a swatching video of them. And Reb says, the very thin prismas. Oh, the very thin. The very thin prismas are awful. So they different Prisma colors. Natty says, I swatched them in art haul video with Alinda's goodies. And then he says, Reb, you know, I heard that too about the Verithin. Okay, I've not tried the Verithin. Sennelier harder than Paul Rubens and Lightwish. Really? Wow. Lightwish is softest. Oh, okay. Never tried them. And Nanette says, Prismacolors have a series called Very Thins, which are hard, different from the regular ones, of which I have tons of. Okay, and you love those. Okay. Sorry, while I was reading everything, I was taking the paper off of this Neocolor so that I could get some color on her hair. Which I don't want to do too much detail, but I just want to get the dark and the light in here. So for this series, I've been using Neocolors a little bit differently to how I usually use Neocolors. Usually I'm like, go hard, like fill that color on my page. And with these, I've been like really going very much softer, and because I have to layer, because if not, you'll just have like that one color or maybe a couple of colors. So it's been good to use them in a little bit of a different way, and it also doesn't hurt my hand as much. So yeah. Get a little bit more shadow underneath there. And I know her hair color is not blonde, it is brown, but I can use multiple browns on this. This almost has a red tint to it. Okay, her eyes are like a greeny blue. So I'm gonna get green on first. And I think I can use this crimson or burgundy. This too, I could also take some paper off. I don't really want to break this one in half, but I do want to fill the color up a little bit more. Melissa says, the 72 set of Prismacolor Premier pencils was my first big art supply splurge. And Natty says, Melissa, that's good to know. I always thought they were the softest out there, and I'm going to watch or review the video with Alinda's gifts. I might have forgotten that part. Rewatching your video is still fun. Yes, I watched your video yesterday, Melissa, of your self-portrait flip through. It was very good. And I'm loving your portraits with flowers. I think they look really nice. It's fun to see you working on it for a little bit longer as well. So I know some of you have signed up. In my last post yesterday, or my latest post, Monday, which is really easy to find because it's just the latest post. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, if you're part of the paint and sketch group, or paint and draw, we have a meet this Friday at 3:30 p.m. and I'm doing a color swatching demo. You can do it. You don't have to watch me when we do it. Like, I'm going to be sharing my screen and showing you some mixing. And I've included, when you register, I've included the image that I'm going to be using. But if you have other images, it's also fun to use them. Okay, so great thing. I can erase because that was wrong. Anyway, so that's on Friday. And then if you haven't registered, you have to register for that. Then if you haven't registered, and this is for all even free subscribers, Jennifer C. Caballeros is having we are having her on our BSA Zoom, and she is doing a jelly plate demo workshop. There's a list of all the supplies that, if you have them, great. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. And that is at, I want to say, was it 1 p.m. or 3 p.m.? I got to check, hang on. Or is it 3 p.m.? That's on Wednesday. And, oh, that's at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So that's at 10 PST or 12 o'clock Central. And that's, yeah. So that's on, if you have registered, your Luma should look something like that. Jelly print flowers and color mixing paint and draw session. Sign up for both of them, and this way you'll get notifications even if you can't come. With Jennifer, if you're a free subscriber, you will only get the replay if you register. And if you're part of our paint and sketch, even if you're in the mornings, register, because the paint and sketch group get replays of everything, even if I say you have to register. So they'll get a replay for sure. I feel like I'm taking a long time on this. Hopefully the background won't take too long. Okay, this is still a little bit too on the red side, but I think with the 14B I can fix that. One p.m. Melissa says, I'm going to try to have a really productive day today so I can make it tomorrow. Yay. And Melissa says, I haven't played with my jelly plate yet. Oh, don't worry. It's always completely new to me. Fortunately, I don't think we need to look what I'm getting up to in mine. So we'll just focus on what Jen's doing because she is much more experienced in the jelly plate. Okay, let's just get a little bit of detail on. Put a little bit of pink on the inside of her eye here. Maybe not that much. I think next month is gonna have to be a very free and loose month, shall I say? Because I feel like this one has been definitely very rigid and a little bit too structured. But like I've enjoyed it and I love the series, but I think my brain needs a bit of a break. So I may do color swatching from like our photos that we gather, and I have to also get that together. Maybe that'll be something that'll get done this week, is creating a Padlet for June. I think I do like the idea of maybe everybody adding like it could be either a famous painting or a painting that you love of somebody's, and then I like the idea of working a color palette from that photo or from that image and doing something. So if you could, we could pick a theme ourselves. So, you know, say I want to draw I don't know, like fruit for the month of June. Then I would take the color palette from that painting that somebody has added and draw the fruit in the color palette. I don't know why I said fruit, but it could be, or it could be a jar, or it could be I don't know, a shop front, or, so I think for me, something like that would be kind of cool, or just to do a color swatch and learn a little bit about mixing. That's also an idea of just having a whole book of swatches and different ways of swatching from that image daily. That idea I really like, because that would be just fun. And you'd learn a lot about mixing and your colors. I'll talk a little bit about that on Friday when I do the color mixing demo. Let's get her other eye in. To bring this up slightly. When I start putting the 14B on, it goes a little bit too dark. I feel like in some areas. I can erase it, luckily, though, if I wanted to. I should take some Neo color and darken this first before I put the dark on. I don't want her to look like she has these really heavy bags under her eyes, because she doesn't. Melissa, okay. Tammy, hi. Tammy, good morning. Sorry, is Luma what you use now instead of Padlet, or is it a different thing? I just subscribed, so I'm a bit behind. Melissa, thank you. Padlet is for photo references. Luma is to register for Zoom drawing sessions. And Melissa says, here is the RSVP link for the jelly plate session. I was going to ask if you decided on a theme for June yet. How about one of our own paintings? Oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea. And Melissa says, I like the color swatching, color mixing, color matching idea. And Reb says, feeling very much the same way. I've had an awesome time with 100-day project, but I'm ready for more play. Yes. And C says, what is everyone's favorite white for highlights? And Melissa says, if I can remember, it's the white of the paper. Oh, if you can remember, otherwise it's Posca. And Tammy says, Posca or gouache. I try to use the jelly roll pens, but they aren't consistent. Yeah, I know, the jelly roll pens. I wish they were better, because I still have quite a few of those jelly roll pens, and they aren't that great, unfortunately. What I've been using is this one. It's the Grabby acrylic marker. It's not really good for anything else other than like when I want to do the dot of the eye, which is great for that. But that's about it. No, it's good for like some line drawings, but yeah, it's not the best. Yeah, gouache is good, or the Posca. Do you get the thin Posca, Tammy and Melissa? So yeah, Tammy, so every month there's, in my Substack, there's a post that's called Mornings with Shara's Art Class. I have to change that because it's mornings and paint and draw sessions, but it's mornings with Shara's Art Class. And then there's also another post for the paint and draw, if you chose that option. But the mornings has the link to the Padlet for the month. So we've been putting flowers in, or everybody's been putting flowers in daily. So I set up a, it's called Padlet, and I set it up so that there are the days of the month, and then you can drop in a photo. So yeah, I do like that idea though, Melissa, of a picture of ours and then using the colors from that. That would be kind of cool. Okay, so you can see there's a build up here, I guess, because I put too much of one color down. So that build up is not going to allow me to go over with my 14B as much as I'd like. Yeah, she's looking a little on the gray side, which is not so good. If I put a little more pink, I've got 10 minutes to do her clothing and the background. I may be able to do it. I'll see. Okay. We have the blossoms and we have the mountain laurels. So I think I'm going to do the, oh, where did I do? I'm looking at all my images, seeing where I did the mountain laurel on which image. Oh, I did the mountain laurel on my friend's son's jacket. So I'm going to do the mountain laurel up here. Instead this time can be the background up here, and then the blossom can be on her jacket. These remind me, you know what these remind me of? Roses, the little candy, the chocolate roses. I don't know if you get them in the States or in Europe, but you get them from Bulk Barn. Can you get them anywhere else, Melissa? Or like anyone who's up here in Canada? You know what I'm talking about, right? They remind me of them. Okay, so the next one is this one. Let's see if I've got a different pink that I can use. Rosebud chocolates. Yes, rosebud chocolates. That's it. Reb says I like gouache for white. This is not the right pink, but that's okay. I'm just getting the outline in. I'm gonna have to go much darker. And I kind of like, there's like a, almost like a gray feel in the background here. So I'm gonna do that. I think pink and gray goes really well together. In clothing anyway. And the background here is definitely going to be green. So we'll go with the lighter green first. Trying to get as much color on as possible quickly and not worrying too much about any details. And I'll come back in with the details. All right, so we've got some pinks here. So these ones, they need to have a different kind of structure because they're closed. Like the little rosebuds. Not all of them are like this. Some of them are open as well over on the other side, but these little ones are going to be closed. And then these ones are open. I don't want such a bright pink. There's almost like a star in the center. Oh, that's a bit dark. That's okay. Oh, well. I'll add a little bit of this color also onto these so that they have a little bit of cohesiveness. And then let's go to the blossoms, because I think I can use these colors also for the blossoms. So we're going to go with the brighter color. Reb says, I've never heard of those chocolates. Maybe not available here. They are very Hershey Kisses like. Yeah, but I feel like it's a better chocolate. I don't know. Like, okay, let's talk chocolate. What's your favorite chocolate and what's not your favorite chocolate? I think I still like Dairy Milk, but I do not like Hershey's. Has a weird aftertaste to it. Anyone feel the same? I do like Lindt chocolate. I haven't tried that new crazy talked about chocolate yet. Okay, these, I need to put some darker leaves behind here. Melissa says, I'm a big milk chocolate fan. I can't eat dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. C says dark chocolate. Melissa says, yeah, not a big Hershey's Kiss fan. It's very chalky and a bit too dark for me. Melissa says, I also really like mint chocolate. Do you like what mint chocolate do you like best? Do you like After Eights? They're dark chocolate with mint. Do you like that? Can you eat dark chocolate with mint? Because I feel like mint goes really well with dark chocolate. Or do you like the Aero bars? Mint Aero. I do like a mint Aero. C says, I'll try Posca, but I hate it when it gives me a huge glob. Local shop here, Gertrude Hawk. They make peanut butter smidgens. I can eat them forever. And Rev says, I have a very specific fave. Vosges, smoke, and stout. What is that? Is that a chocolate? Where do you get it from, Rev? You may have to send everybody some stout and smoked chocolate. I do like a chili chocolate. I do like chili chocolate. That's really good. How are we doing for time? 8:02. Okay, I'm going to spend just 5 more minutes here and then I will be heading out. And then it says also really dark chocolate. And Natty says, I used to love a box of turtle chocolate, chewy caramel and nuts, and something else I have forgotten. Melissa says, Shara, if you're ever in Stafford, Ontario, you have to go to the Rio Thompson and get their mint smoothie chocolate. Ooh, that sounds good. See, you just can't activate the Posca on your artwork. Do that on a scrap of paper. Yes. I once made a chocolate chili ice cream and it was so good. That sounds really good. And the brand has some nice spicy ones too. Oh, I'll have to look it up. Vosges. Can you... I wonder if we can get it here. Vosges. I had to write it down. I'll be looking at that later going, what the hell? Excuse me, what is Vosges? All right, let's get a little bit of darker on underneath these flowers. Oops. Yes. And Natty says, since Mino, I can't eat. Oh, Mino, I can't eat. Chocolate gives me hot flashes. Oh, menopause. Which I rather give up chocolate than suffer hot flashes. Oh, that's interesting. So I wonder if people who are going through that know about that and they shouldn't eat chocolate. Is that quite a known thing to not indulge in chocolate when you're in menopause? All right, I'm gonna go in with, these don't ever look like how they looked when I first got them, those markers. I like the stalks, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of, oh, why am I doing that with that? Where's my 14B? Where's my larger 14B? They always disappear. Why does it disappear? And I have to go with the smaller one. Did I do that with a that wasn't with the 14B? Is that what I'm thinking? Or was it with the 14B? And now I've just lost my 14B. Okay. I feel like it's disappeared on me. I have... Did anybody see where it went? Anyone? Did I use my Blackwing for all the... I may have used my Blackwing because it's not very dark, is it? That's probably why. Oh, I did use the 14B for my face, for the face, but where did it go? Oh, you know what? Maybe I put it back. I know where I put it. I know where I put it. It went in here. I was cleaning up. Thank you, Melissa. Okay. So, going to get a bit of shadow in certain places. Oh, it sounds windy outside. Melissa, have you been out yet? Is Melly here this morning? She may not have said anything. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you are here and watching. And if you don't subscribe to my channel yet, subscribe. This way you'll get notifications when I'm on live. Okay, these flowers definitely could have been a little bit more worked. But they're very pretty. Thank you, Meryl, for those. And if Jen's here, thank you for the mountain laurels. Like to have that little bit of separation between the face and the background. So just a tiny little bit of shadow, I feel like that helps. Not sure if it looks, it kind of looks like her. I feel like there's something, maybe her eye sockets aren't dark enough, but I don't want to go too dark This one is quite dark. All right, have a great day, everybody. I will see some of you at 1 for my lesson class today. We're in Tanzania. We did some very painterly, I didn't post them, but we did some very painterly, very painterly pictures yesterday. Do I have them in here? No, I don't have them in there. Do I have them in here? Nope, not in there either. This one. Some very painterly pictures. But they were fun. All right. Melissa says the, oh, okay. The pencil you used for the face didn't have an eraser. I haven't been out yet, but it looks beautiful and sunny. It's windy here. All of a sudden, cypress trees across the street are extremely green. Yes, everything. I think they're cypress trees, who knows? Are they very tall and narrow? Susan says, she's beautiful, thank you. And then he says, cypress trees are so beautiful. Oh, that's what I said. Are they tall and narrow, Natty? Yes, tall and narrow. Yeah. I think the Italian ones are the narrowest. Ooh, she's very pink. I just looked on my screen and saw her, and she is very pink. I think this needs to come up a little bit. I don't want to age her, and I feel like that can age somebody by putting that skin a little bit too low. Okay, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for joining me this morning, and don't forget to sign up to the meets this week. They're gonna be good ones. I'm just seeing that I can put a lot more shadow on this side of her face where her cheek is. Okay. Bye, everybody. I'm done. Thank you so much, Tammy. Take care. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.